I will now be reading chapter 7 of the book of Genesis from the King James Version of the Bible. Chapter 7. And the Lord said unto Noah, Come thou and all thy house into the ark, for thee I have seen righteous before me in this generation. Of every clean beast thou shalt take thee by sevens, the male and his female, and of the beasts that are not clean by two, the male and female. Of fowls also of the air by sevens, the male and the female, to keep seed alive upon the face of all the earth, for yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights, and every living substance that I have made will I destroy from off the face of the earth. And Noah did according unto all that the Lord commanded him. And Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters was upon the earth. And Noah went in, and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives with him, into the ark because of the waters of the flood, of clean beasts and of beasts that are not clean, and of fowls and of everything that creepeth upon the earth. There went in 2 and 2 unto Noah into the ark, the male and the female, as God had commanded Noah. And it came to pass after 7 days that the waters of the flood were upon the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened. And the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. In the selfsame day entered Noah and Shem and Ham and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wife, and the 3 wives of his sons with them, into the ark. They and every beast after his kind, and all the cattle after their kind, and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth after his kind, and every fowl after his kind, every bird of every sort. And they went in unto Noah into the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh, wherein is the breath of life. And they went in unto Noah into the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh, wherein is the breath of life. And they that went in male and female of all flesh, as God had commanded him, and the Lord shut him in. And the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased, and bare up the ark, and it was lift up above the earth. And the waters prevailed and were increased greatly upon the earth, and the ark went upon the face of the waters. And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the high hills that were under the whole heaven were covered. 15 cubits upward did the waters prevail, and the mountains were covered. And all the flesh died that moved upon the earth, both of fowl and of cattle and of beast and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, and every man. All in whose nostrils was the breath of life, of all that was in the dry land died. And every living substance was destroyed which was upon the face of the ground, both man and cattle and creeping things, and the fowl of the heaven. And they were destroyed from the earth, and Noah only remained alive, and they that were with him in the ark. And the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days. Now that I have read chapter 7 of the book of Genesis, here are my thoughts. Okay, time to make a quick correction. In the last episode, I said that in the Hebrew translation, it says 7 of every clean animal and fowl will be on the ark. And while I was technically correct in that, it was written as 7 of each clean animal and fowl. I completely misread it, thinking that it just meant that there was a weird translation difference, where it was a different number given. No, it was 7, and the main difference was some people say it means that it was 14 of each instead of 7 of each. I think it was 7 of each because the way that it's written makes it look like it would be 7 male and 7 female, but I'm not 100% sure. I still think it's 7, but obviously I could be wrong. Basically, I should have proofread better, and I completely misinterpreted it. Silly me. I'll try not to do that again. But okay, now into the actual discussion. Not much to talk about. Once again, it is literally just the flood, and everyone dies. Also, it says that everything with the breath of life in its nostrils died. Do bugs have nostrils? That was a legitimate question I was wondering, just for fun. And yes, they do. It's in their antenna. But worms do not. They breathe through their skin. Also, some can live underwater, which means worms may not have been on the ark. That's just kinda neat, that there wouldn't have been worms on the ark, possibly. Just all of Earth's bugs on the ark, and they look out the window, and the worms are just chilling. It says that the flood lasted 40 days and 40 nights, and that the waters prevailed for 150 days. That just means how long the waters lasted. The rain lasted 40 days and 40 nights, but the water continued for an extra 110 days and 110 nights. The way it's worded has always confused me, so I figured I'd just clear that up in case it confused you like it confused me. Also, I was thinking, it doesn't really matter if the ark could fit every animal like I was talking about last time, because if you remember, there's that part in the New Testament where Jesus was dividing the fish and the bread with all those people, and despite there being not nearly enough food for that large number of people, 5,000, he somehow managed to feed all of them with 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. If Jesus can do that, I think God, who is also Jesus since they are one and the same, can make all those animals fit in the ark with at least a little room to spare. Also, I read something about people thinking that Nephilim may have survived the flood because there have been claims that people have encountered Nephilim, but I don't know. The main source of evidence is that there was a report that in the early 1900s the Smithsonian was throwing out Nephilim bones to keep the evolution theory intact. but that is completely false. It was reported by some news outlet called World News Daily. They are known for their ridiculous and almost always fake claims, so yeah, I wouldn't believe any of that. I just wanted to clear up that rumor because I know people would comment it, and it's just not true. As much as I want to see a giant, until I see one, I won't really say that they're still existing on Earth, because if the flood killed everything, it most likely killed everything. And that's about it for what I have to talk about. Some people think that dinosaurs could have been on the Ark, which I don't know if that's the case, but that would be really cool if it was. But yeah, that's really all I have to talk about. Again, I'm sorry that this episode was so short like the last one, but that's just kind of how it is with these chapters recently. There's just not a lot to really dig into because they're kind of just describing what happens for the most part. But yeah, well, I hope you had fun and see you tomorrow.